Hi class, here's some pointers on this week's class. Some of the things we're going to do this week that will be new to you are working with scenes, and we're also going to be using the timeline, so I want to show you a couple little tricks that should make your life easier. A lot of this is mixed into the videos for this week that you'll be assigned that will have the most current software, or maybe more current software than what I'm using right here in this example. But here's a short of what I wanted to show you. One thing is you can have multiple scenes. The way scenes work is scenes are right here. We are in scene 1. You see that right there? Alright, so take note of that. The question is, how do we add more scenes, and how do scenes work? Well, scenes are just basically other timelines. So if I go to Window, there is a scene window that I can open up that shows all my scenes. I can click this button right here, add scene, and have scene 2. So scene 1, scene 2, they're going to have different timelines, but you'll see how that works in just a minute. But scene 1 will automatically flow into scene 2. So check this out. I'm going to go to scene 1, and I'll be aware of the fact that I'm on scene 1. And I want to show you how you can basically create a template layer. I'm going to call this template or reference. Just double click the layer and I'll have another layer above it. But to add a layer above it, actually in my window I can't see. Let me see if I can't see. There it is. Now you can see it too. I'm not sure why that was hidden from me. Whoa. Ignore that. Alright, so there we go. You should be able to see everything I can see now. Sorry about that. I'll adjust that tiny bit more. Here's how this works. I can click on the Create New Layer button, and I can say that my animation is going to be on this layer. The template layer is where I could draw out my concept for my animation. What I would do is I would use my brush tool, and a lot of times my brush tool, I will take this guy right here and look at my options. I don't always work with it this way. A lot of times I'll just stretch it out like that. But here's my brush tool. Not the paintbrush, but my brush. And I'd like to click this guy right there. And here we go. As you can see, I can draw the brush tool. I'll pick myself a color. Let's say like a gray for now. That's fine. I'm on the template layer, right? So what I could do is I could draw an animation. I'm not going to do anything fancy here, but let's just pretend like I was trying to draw this. And let's say that the ball launches up in the air like this. I'll try and keep it around the same size. And then comes down to the ground like this. And when it comes down to the ground, I'm just going to leave it the same size. So basically, my concept is this. Now, this isn't exactly how I would do it. There's a lot of work that would go into it, but I'm just kind of showing you this is a little mock-up. So that's going to be what looks like about 6 frames right there. So if I went out to frame 6, right here, I could right-click and say Insert Frame, and that's going to fill up all these frames. And if I selected all these 6 frames right here, right-clicked, I can convert them all into keyframes, just like that. My goal would be to draw on each frame. So this right here, I'm going to choose a black this time for properties for my brush, that is. So let me click on my brush. I just want to adjust the color of my brush here real quick. It should be showing me the options for that, but instead it's showing me the options for the layer here. Do that one more time. This program is touchy sometimes. Let me switch over to black. In fact, I'll pick a color like red to demonstrate this. Yeah, that's good. I'm on the animation layer, right? So I'll draw a circle here. Then I will jump to frame 3 because I'm working on 2s here instead of, or I could press the greater than symbol and scoot over to 2 there. I'll also turn on my onion skin button so I can see where I'm coming from. Right there's the circle I just drew. And then here's this circle, which I'm going to draw on frame 3. And then I'm going to press the greater than symbol and scoot myself forward to frame 6. And this is the last frame I want to be on right there. Actually, sorry. That would be frame 5 that I'm going to end on right here. So here we go. So I guess this is actually a 5-frame animation, even though I'm working on 2s. I started off with 1. Yeah, that's how this is going to work. I'm going to select these 2 frames I don't need, and I will clear those frames. Just to, actually, I'm not going to clear them, I'm going to remove them. Sorry about that. Remove frames. There you have it. Now if I turn off this layer, and I turn off my onion skin, you can see how I can go through just like that. So that is how this would work. Now if I were on a different page, like scene 2, see scene 2 doesn't have a timeline here, and I could do something separate on that page. I'm just going to write something here, so I'll call this timeline 2. Hello, keep drawing here. Timeline number 2. Alright, and back here this is timeline number 1. I'll add a new layer and type timeline number 1. Number 1, right? Okay, great. Here we go. 1 and 2. Great. Now, at the end of what we're going to be doing today, or this week, is we're going to save things off as animated GIF. So you go to File and Export and choose Export Animated GIF. Then it's going to go on and save off an animated GIF for you. All right, my version of Animate is not responding, but a screen pops up and you can save this off as an animated GIF. There it is. By the way, animated GIFs do support transparency. If you want transparency, that's fine. If you don't, just hit the checkbox. But if you go through here, you can see your animation. It's like that. This is just a little 5-frame animation. And then timeline 2 is not appearing on here. It's just showing me timeline 1 because that's the timeline I have selected. If I had timeline or scene 2, the second timeline selected, and I went to File and Export Animated GIF. See how it's showing me timeline 2. So that would be 2 separate animated GIFs. And that should help you with the homework assignment for this week.